How you feeling right now?
Good.
Good.
I feel like a freaking savage. You know, AJ's in my city ringing bells and all kind of bullshit, and I'm in the gym getting a pump on. Like, yeah, I'm getting amped for this person.
Man.
So I did a little bit of chest and arms and back before I came in.
Nice. Can he even step across the bridge to Brooklyn or not?
I guess we got to see.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The thing is that I'm from Brooklyn, right?
Of course.
And I can say this: Brooklyn done got soft in certain areas. So it depends on what part of Brooklyn he go to.
Gotcha. Park Slope is good.
Yeah, Park Slope. That's like Manhattan. You go to East New York, then we gonna see. If we go to the Bronx, we gonna see. If we here, Bronx ain't changed yet. So yeah, man. But we'll see. We'll see. I doubt it though.
Okay. Where was you at when you got the announcement? And is it something you knew was coming?
We've been hearing about it since early January.
Okay.
And I think when I officially started getting a contract, I was in Florida doing a couple things out there with UFC, former UFC champion Lou Bracco, that's my boy. So he was out there, just vibing, chilling, and Dean, my manager, told me I think it's getting serious. Eddie Coleman said, yo, I think it's getting serious. Dylan White's side of the deal is falling apart. And I was skeptical of why Dylan White contract was falling apart, and started doing my research, making phone calls, and of course it was about money. The reason why Dylan White side fell through. But I said, man, if he wanted a chance at the title, man, he can't be thinking about the money right now. Right. But I started putting two together, started doing more research, and I realized that what Dylan White was initially arguing about, he was 100% right. The guy definitely earned his shot back in the heavyweight contendership for a title shot. But not against the greatest opponents. I mean, the greatest name on his comeback, and this was Joseph Parker. And he fought a couple taxi drivers here and there. But what I've learned about AJ is that he's greedy when it comes to money. And he can put this nice guy attitude and tell you a bullshit story. But he's a prick. And I'm going to explain the reason why. This is one reason why he's a prick. So, his initial offer to fight Dylan White was about $3 million. Dylan White said he wanted 6 or 5. He said, no, you don't deserve that, blah, blah, blah. So he says, you know what? I'll go to 5. Dylan White said, I'll take 5. They came at 3.5, pushed a little more, they got 4. Dylan White said, they'll accept the $4 million. But when I become heavyweight champion, and I knock you out or beat you, the split goes 60-40 my way. AJ says no. On the rematch, even if I lose, it's still 60-40 for me. So how am I the champ and you gonna take initially more money than me if I beat you? That's not how it goes, right? When I become the champ, I take the lion's shares. That's how it goes. So Dylan White was mad in the whole situation and felt like he was getting punked. And I don't blame the guy. I 100% ride with Dylan White on that thing. If I become the champ and I work for my position like you have, I hold the cards. I get to pick where I want to fight. I should work on getting more percentage on the fight, picking the undercard. When AJ fights, he's initially they had to pick some undercard who was on the undercard and pay-per-view sales and whatnot. So anyway, I wanted more money, of course, than what Dylan White was getting. The DAZN felt like it was a fight they needed to happen, so they came up with the rest of the money on top of whatever AJ was offering. So I got basically close to what I wanted, plus I got pay-per-view buys in the UK over a certain amount. And the rematch is going to be substantially a lot better, a lot bigger. But still, I had to still give up more than I wanted to because AJ doesn't have that confidence himself. He always feels like he can lose at any point, which is understandable. So he's trying to negotiate his next fight after that if he loses on the rematch. So that's the kind of mentality, the kind of person he is. Yeah, man, the dude puts up a serious front, man. You know what I mean? There's a difference between a role model and a real model. And he's exactly what you call a role model. You know, he's a puppeteer. I call him the UK Uncle Tom. Straight up, that's what he is. Plain and simple. Harsh words, but it's true. And there was a fan from UK that told me that. An African fan that told me that. So that was kind of like, and started studying and researching about him. Hey, man, he's a fraud, man. You know what I mean? And the thing about New York is, especially from the East Coast, right? It's Philly, Maryland, whatever. We can smell BS a mile away. We be like, he a front. You know what I mean? And people gonna start seeing that the more they start talking to him. You can tell he's not authentic. He's not genuine. And you'll see.
When you watch him in the ring, you know, what do you think are his biggest his biggest strength as a champion? You know, thing you'll have to overcome on.
Yeah, his promoter got a shitload of women.
But like, purely as a fighter.
Yeah, as a fighter. I mean, he does certain things well. He gets hit pretty well too. Has an okay jab. His right hand is pretty decent. Left hook is decent. But if you watch and you study AJ, he only hurts his opponent when they're tired. And a lot of his fights are not knockout, they're stoppages. And a lot of them were early stoppages by the referee hand in England. So when you start putting all these numbers in context and, you know, doing your research, and I study everything. I know what the boy ate for breakfast 2 days in a row. You know what I mean? I study this guy. So people say they might not watch footage or study guys, but I do it. Because I'm bored. I'm a fighter. I'm obsessed with this shit. So I sit there all day and I watch his social media. I watch his trainer's social media. I watch his best friend's social media. I watch his mom's social media. You know, I watch his dad's social media. I even watch his sister's. I watch it. That was not kind of boring though. I watch his sister's social media. You know what I mean? So, I mean, people say, man, you're a little nuts. But in order to get to your goals, you got to be a little nuts. You got to be a little psycho. And if anybody told me 10 years ago where I would be today, I'd have told you, shit, I should have been here 7 years prior to the 10 years. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I was so obsessed with what I wanted, I knew I was going to get it. And the way how I got here is so unconventional. You know, it was so crazy. It's out of a fantasy book. Not fantasy per se, it's out of a book where the author constantly keeps changing the direction of where the story's going to go. You know what I mean? You don't know where the suspense is going to happen. You know what I mean? But I said, you know what? It wasn't only because of me per se, it's because few people that were around me invested in me because they believed in me. They see something genuine in me that, hey, listen, I want to help this kid out. You know what I mean? Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. And it took a village to help me get to where I'm at today. Now, because of the mental attitude, the aspect, I still got to go in there and win. But I ain't getting no easy fights like AJ. AJ got a shitload of easy fights coming up the rankings. Guys that were 7-14 and 9-20 something, or 7-40 something. Look at his early records fights. Trash. You know what I mean? If you look at any other heavyweight that has a record before they fought for championship, I got the best record, period. Because who did AJ fight when he fought for a title?
He had a gold medal in the Olympics when he started.
Oh, when he fought in London, when he lost 2 of those 3 fights and they gave it to him in London, right?
Okay, cool. That's what you think. That's what you think. I want to hear.
The Olympics was bullshit. So you can tell me that story any time of the day, but look at the opponents that he fought against and he really whipped his behind, but they gave it to him in his hometown. You see what I'm trying to say? There's a lot of fights have been getting jerked by Olympics for years. So we don't count the gold medal. A lot of guys gold medals turn pro and get smashed up. Lomachenko turned pro, got beat up by the Spanish fighter on his pro debut. So you can't say gold medal going to do everything. It helps you. Helps recognition, helps give you a couple sponsorship dollars when you sign pro, but I don't mean jack to me. You keep all them gold medals. I got street medals. They mean more to me than anything. I got cheeseburger, hamburger eating medals. You know what I mean? Believe that. You know what I mean? So you can say whatever you want about medals and all that. That shit don't mean nothing. But like I said before, who did he fight before he fought for the title? And who did he fight for the title? He got smacked up by Dylan White, ended up stopping Dylan White. He said he wasn't going to fight no American. He's a walking contradiction, him and his promoter. That's what I'm trying to say. I ain't going to fight no Americans, but Charles Martin fighting a Barkley, winning a technicality, or we'll fight Charles Martin and throw $7 million at him real quick. Hopefully get him over and come over to London. What Charles Martin do? Choke. Yep. Toss him the belt. Who he fought? Nobody. But they hyped him up. This new great white hype, black hype in England. Then he fights Vladimir Klitschko, who's 2 years removed from the game, little ring rust, and lost his last fight to Tyson Fury. Got outboxed by this old Linky dude. Tall Linky guy. So I'm trying to say, real quick, what happened to Deontay Wilder? Who Deontay Wilder fight in 30-something before he stood Vernon? Nobody. Name one person Deontay fight before he fought for a title shot. I'm waiting. Nobody. For the Stavern who beat a washed up Ariola. You see what I'm trying to say? So look who I fought before I'm getting a title shot. But yet, some people say I ain't earned my shot yet. But you know what I say to them, right? Kiss my ass.
You said before that he was a fraud as a person.
Yeah.
Maybe as a street guy. Can you elaborate on that, please?
I mean, listen, from what I've seen about AJ is that he's not the top guy in the heavyweight division. He has to have people look up to him like he's some kind of god. And and any man that feels like he's more superior than any other human being is going to take a downfall hard. You know what I mean? And on top of that, it's just the way he acts, the way he talks, the way he maneuvers. Things about him that supposedly he was a street kid. From what I heard was he's basically a square. You know, he was a punk. Got punked in school a lot. Went to another school, a little more uppity up, a little more posh. Tried to become the bully. Started hitting weights a little bit. Thought he was going, be the street gangster supposedly. Sold a couple ounces of weed. Now he's a drug dealer that turns life around. Weed to me just mean you're a pothead. You got a small addiction. That's what that means to me. So you're addicted to some little weed. You ain't a tough guy, man. How tough can you be? Your cops don't even got guns. We're in New York. We in New York.
Yeah.
We go to school. We gotta go to military. This one up your backside every day. I mean, it's a different mentality, different state of mind. You know what I mean? And I think England, I think London is beautiful, beautiful country. I think it's amazing. But it's different. It's different than how I was raised and where I grew up from and where I came from. Totally different, man. And like I said, man, he try to put this tough guy attitude on behind closed doors, and he's not built like that. But on cameras, he's real nice and be respectful. But he talk mad shit about everybody, mad disrespectful. I'm not paying. He ain't worth this kind of money. He piece of shit. He talk mad BS, and the cameras suck it up. They say if you record and put out the right stuff, y'all always put out, oh my God, like he's in my city now. And it's so crazy because I'm from New York, and I'm always in the radio station 105 and stuff like that. And they kind of bypassed me a couple times. They kind of fight me and go through. And AJ's up there now. I'm like, it's cool though. New York is always like that sometimes. They never really jump in the bandwagon until you're there already. You know what I'm trying to say?
How much motivation does it give you? You're from Brooklyn, your hometown. You're fighting in Madison Square Garden, someplace you wanted to fight your whole life, I'm sure. He's the A side of this equation. How much motivation does that give you?
Man, motivation is a small word because, you know, if you look at the word motivation, something has to motivate me, right? So being in my city is supposed to motivate me. People come out supposed to motivate me. When you was born for something, it's already instilled in me. I don't need nobody to motivate me. I've been on the dog my whole entire life. I don't need none of that. I was born, bred, and ready to kill something. So you looking at motivation. If he needs the motivation. He got money. He got the recognition. He need motivation. I don't even want to do press conference no more. I don't want to do this shit. I'd rather go to camp so I can whoop his fucking ass. That's what I want to do. So I'm trying to say, I don't need motivation. You just put his face in front of me. I don't want the belts. I don't even care about the belts no more. I just want to tear his head off his fucking body. Period.
Where would the rematch be held?
Huh?
Conditions? Where would the rematch be held?
It's open negotiations. It don't have like an exact set place, but guarantee after I whoop his ass, it's gonna be my call.
I want to talk about the Cinderella story, which it seems like to me, but it seems like you're not feeling the underdog mentality at all. You're not even looking at yourself that way.
Nah, hell
but there's
no.
some beauty in that, though.
It is a Cinderella story, man. I mean, me and my mom, because I had to tell you a story. I moved out my apartment end of the month, and I just purchased my first crib, and then it's not ready yet. So I'm staying at my mom's crib, sleeping on the couch for the last like week, and sometimes people think you go through life and you're an athlete and you don't have up and downs. I could have stayed in a hotel for 2 weeks. I'm staying at my mom's crib.
Right.
Sleep on the couch, you know, walk around the crib in my boxes. My little brother come out, me and him goofing off. Because it's a humbling experience to still say, you never know. One day you can be there, next day you can be down. Not because I lost anything, it's just that there's a ripple in this plan that I got. And it's never hurt me or make me feel any less of a person. It's just part of life. You know, I've lost 3 or 4 people since this year started to death. You know, some were old, some were just freak accidents, one was a gunshot. And I'm like, damn, man, this person was just here. I had a conversation with this person just last week. And I'm like, damn, they gone. And I think about like, man, I could die any moment. You know, and money cannot be the only motivation for me to live. Because like Bob Marley said, money's only but numbers, and numbers are infinite, so you're never going to be happy. So I'm trying to say, and I've always thought about it like, of course I want a lot of money, but I want to leave my legacy by helping other people and showing people that, listen, man, you don't got to be the Uncle Tom or kiss everybody ass to get to where you got to get to. Just be yourself. Because you know what? Being yourself nowadays is selling. It's selling. Not being a sellout. Being yourself is selling. Cardi B, 50 Cent. I feel like these guys are just being themselves. And people generally attach themselves to it because they're like, damn, I want to be myself, but I can't. I can't go to my job and be myself. I got to be, yes, sir, yes, boss. You know what I mean? And it sucks because I can never work a 9 to 5. You know, my first job at 16 was a Dunkin' Donuts, and I ate half the donuts and ice cream in the damn place. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? My second job was a used car lot. And I sold, my first of the job, I learned how to sell. I sold my first car, my first job. You couldn't believe I sold my first car. I ain't sold a car after that again. I didn't like it. I was driving all the cars in the back, crashing, smacking shit, you know. But the owner liked me so much, he let me go because I brought energy to the establishment, the dealership, so I'm trying to say. And it taught me a lot about just being real, you know, and as I've gotten older, man, I feel that's the #1 thing. I think reporters, media, athletes got to be real, man. And I feel that's what makes the world even a better place. We can all put on a suit and claim to be somebody else and put a front on, but being real is a lot harder. And I see AJ fight with himself that all the time. You know what I mean? He's got a mental psychiatrist now where you got to talk to him through things because he's not, like he feel like the real part of him wants to come out, but he can't. You know what I mean? So
but to be clear, your real beef with Joshua stems from you feel like he's fake as a person, not just heavyweight rankings components.
I mean, it's all that. It's all that person. You know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta understand. AJ is not. He's in my way, right? So everything as a warrior, you said, listen, it's like America, the government. I'm not a fan of our government. I love my American people. I love we as a whole make America, but our American government and my policies don't add up. Right. But America will put our soldiers into war and say, this the enemy. You don't ask no questions. You go in there, you fight, and supposedly we're doing it for just, right? That's how we go. Blind. We're being blind. We're going to a blind war. We never really want to fight for. But in boxing, per se, is I'm fighting AJ. He might not necessarily be the enemy, per se, but by beating him, I could do something bigger with my life. I could do something positive with my life. So he's just the obstacle that's in my way. You see what I'm saying? It's a big obstacle, but I know my mentality and the way how I think is beyond any expectation of what he's going to bring to me. That's what I'm trying to say. So he already lost. The minute he said my name, I seen him stutter. The last press conference we had in June, July, when he's fighting Povetkin, the minute I stepped on that stage, you guys go back to that press conference and watch his face. The minute he seen me step on that stage, his whole present energy changed. Because a real alpha male is in the building. Real alpha male. Now, lions are cool. He always claims he a lion. Rah, rah, I'm a lion. He's right, he is a lion. He a giant pussy. You know what I mean? That's what he is. That's exactly what he is. He a lion. And people always say the lion is the king of the jungle, supposedly, but it ain't though. So when the elephant steps through, what the lion do? Brush, moves. When a gorilla comes through, what the lion do? He don't want no problems with that. You know why? Because they bigger and they stronger. And they eat grass. And they eat no meat, but always eat grass. You know what I mean? So the calmest guy, sometimes the one you gotta watch out for. The biggest guy, you gotta watch out for sometimes. You know what I mean? Don't have to be brute force. Their presence is known.
Jarrell, going back to you saying he's in your city, he's at these radio stations and whatnot, you feel disrespected right now?
Yeah, some kind of ways. But I blame my boy Mike for this too. Because every time AJ come up, yo, you see this? This is what we gonna use in the gym. And it's like, man, we better go to camp by tomorrow because I'm amped. You know what I mean? But it's a good effect because it's driving me to do the right things. It's driving me to do these extra 2 miles. It's driving me to really get away. It's driving me to isolate myself from the bullshit. It's driving me to really says, now I want to kill him. Now I really want to kill him. You know what I mean? And he just wants to win. That's what he really wants. He wants to win. Because if he's really passionate about knocking me out, going to hurt, his whole attitude will change. I want to hurt him. You know what I mean?
When are you going to start camp for the fight?
We're looking at March 1st or March 3rd. We're doing it in Florida. You know, shout out to my brother and sister that I found out I had about 2-3 years ago. 19 and 20 years old from my father's side. They live in Fort Lauderdale area. You know, hour flight to Belize. You know what I mean? Hour change to Jamaica. Hour flight to Haiti. It's warm. A lot of my MMA brothers are down there training for fights. We got Usman fighting time with it for the UFC middleweight championship. Blue Rocco's getting back in tennisship. You know, Shannon Briggs is down there. Uncle Shannon Briggs down there. Riddick Bowe. So a lot of fighters are down there. You know what I mean? And it's a great energy. I've been training out there for the last like 3 or 4 years. You know, I know my missus, Ishelle, don't want me to go down there because, you know, it's a little 45 minutes in Miami. But believe that, I'm bringing my squad down there with me, man. So you already know, like, they gym rats. You know, and I always tell people that. People always says, man, how you so low key and you keep the same energy? I do the same thing every day. I train, I eat, I go home to the fam. I train, I eat, go home to the fam. I party once in a while, not like some of these other guys, but I'm really close-knit to my family. You know what I mean? Like, I got 50-something uncles, aunts, and cousins in the 5 boroughs alone. So that's to tell you my family. If my mom didn't cook tonight, I'm going to my aunt's house to eat. If this aunt didn't cook, I go to mother-in-law's house to eat. If mother-in-law didn't cook, I got your wife, you gotta stir up a pot real quick. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm always around my family. I go to my cousin crib. You know? So my family is in New York. You know what I mean? So this has always keeping me in a state of mind where, damn, I gotta do right. I gotta do positive because my family watching me. You know what I mean? That's kind of kept me out of trouble at the best. You know.
Jarrell, how do you feel that if you think about June 1st stepping in the ring here as a New Yorker, you would think you have the home court advantage, but it's possible that the majority of the fans are going to be flying in from England or selling travel packages. Does that make you feel a certain kind of way?
Hell no! Like I said before, I could care less. They can't jump in the ring for him, man. And we've watched it over the years with many different fighters. I mean, when Floyd fought Ricky Head, and all them Britons came over, he smashed them. You know, Nassim Hamed, he got a couple wins over here, but he ended up getting smashed again. Americana's first trip over here, he gets smashed. A lot of Brits come over here because they're cocky and they're up here. You know, because they smell their own shit when they in England because there's nothing over there. Yeah, we got basketball, we got football, we got soccer, we got tennis, we got hockey, we got golf. We got a lot of shit here. So we know we got to stand out from the rest. In England, it's like, okay, you're the champ now. Woo, you're up here. It's different. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the pros in America where it's like, as a boxer, as soon as you turn pro, I told my guys, I'm pro now. Oh, you making money. What? This is boxing. I ain't got no money because I turn pro. A lot of times when guys turn pro in England, they get good signing bonus. A lot different. And sometimes I say, like, America, it's like, damn, like, we always scraping for the next. You know what I mean?
If it goes to the cards, Jarrell, is there any concern?
It ain't going to the cards.
So you
Don't even put that out there. It ain't going to the cards.
But do you feel you have to knock him out?
I know I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to knock him out. I tell you guys have never seen the greatest Big Baby yet. You know what I mean? I feel like Thomas Adamek, I had a good 7-week camp for that fight. Body felt good. I pushed it. I peaked at the right time. Odds and everything was good. Speed combination was all right. Just placed my shots and got him out. I didn't even take no real punches. Took 2 weeks off. Had to take care of some family stuff. Bogardini was next. A little sore, a little bumpy, but got into the groove and got him out of there. And I was ready to go back in January, but it didn't fall through. And I feel like, you know, when God got a plan for you, sometimes you don't even know when it's gonna come. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel like, because I know it's gonna get the edgy fight this year. I was thinking September was gonna happen, and people said, "Well, you just asking for a fight. Why did you want one more fight?" And then because honestly, the reason why I thought I was gonna get the September fight, I'll get September not this early, because I thought Dylan White was gonna be up because he wanted the easy money, and plus I had some issues on promotional side. I had some families I wanted to take care of, so I feel like, okay, I get one more fight out the way, take care of all this stuff, and then I'll be ready for September. But it didn't happen that way. I didn't have to fight in January. Now we go right to June now. You know, so never no doubt in my mind I was ever afraid of AJ not fighting him. The whole thing was sometimes boxing is a business, and sometimes mathematical steps in between that.
The money aside, whatever happened in negotiations between Dillian White and him, do you think for some reason that he didn't want to fight Dillian White again?
No, I think you know what it is? He wanted to fight Dillian White. I wasn't his top pick. Definitely was not his top pick. You know, I know it talks about Ortiz, but when he started hearing about money and probably what the Ortiz fight was going to bring in, it wasn't worth it, because the Ortiz fight would have brought in money, but not as much when they fighting a top undefeated guy from New York. You know, the Dillian White fight fell through. He really wanted Dillian White fight. He wanted to stay in England. He wanted to take his protein shakes and stay over there. That's what he wanted to do. You know what I mean? But like I said before, he didn't want to pay. But when DAZN came to the table and said, "Listen, we got it," it's like, "Oh, y'all do?" You know, when Eddie Hearn said, "Listen, I got something." Oh, y'all really gonna put this money up? That's his reaction. So he's like, you know, he got to put up a shut up now.
What kind of drug testing is it for this fight?
VADA.
There is VADA.
Yeah, it's VADA.
Beginning when?
Huh?
Beginning when?
So you sign a contract, so we should be.
Have you been tested yet?
Not yet. But I should be coming within a week or so.
How adamant were you about that?
It gotta be, bro. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Drug testing is definitely important, and it has no buzz, but it has to be done the right way. This is my problem with a lot of these testing organizations, right? The VADAs, the WADAs. So the big promoters and whatever, to get together, sanctioned bodies, they pay these drug testing organizations, right? The drug organization, they don't care about nothing. They main thing is to catch fighters, right? So if they don't catch fighters, they ask you what you're taking on and so on and so forth. And a lot of stuff that's on these ban lists is not even a product that's going to help you enhance you. Is what I'm trying to say, but it's something that everybody's taking. So if we don't need these companies, if they're not catching nobody, we don't need you. So you got to constantly update these lists. So there's some products. I remember when I phoned K1, they texted me for Jack 3D. Something that a regular pre-workout supposedly was bad. It was a big conversation, but we worked it out. I said, listen, here's a canister. I remember Dylan White got caught for it too. But it's a simple, harmless mistake, because it wasn't banned in California 3 months before that. It just got banned. So I feel like these VADAs and WADAs, if they're going to have these lists, if they're going to have so much energy to test us and wake us out of our bed at 6 o'clock in the morning to tell you piss in a cup, will have that exact same energy to notify us. You have all our contact information, send us an update, have our phone number. Hey, this medicine or product has now been banned by us. You get an alert to your phone. Press yes to confirm. Now you confirm that you've seen this message. Do that. But everybody care about the money in the bigger picture. They're trying to roast fire. Look at Manuel Charles. Manuel Charles miss on a big payday. Vada gonna say, oh, it's a mistake. My bad. But you done contaminated a heavyweight champion's name. Missed out on millions of dollars in the last couple months. Because you're a mistake, they gotta pay for that. And I feel like they have to have the game. This fighting game, we got a certain amount of time to get something done. We go old real quick in this sport, especially heavyweights. So if Vada want to hang around, they got to do the right thing by the fighters too. Even though you want to clean the sport up, well, do it like that. Notify fighters, notify promoters, get a notification setting. I should patent that and charge these motherfuckers 10% for that idea. You know what I mean? Get a text message alert. You know what I mean? You have everybody sign up, subscribe to your email or subscribe by text messaging. And the same way how you have a whereabouts sheet, you notify fighters, hey, Gatorade's not a banned substance. Can't take it no more. I mean, do that.
What was the thing that you mentioned from California? The thing that you mentioned before?
It was Jack 3D. I think it has something called like 1.3, the methanol. It supposedly gives you an unregulated heartbeat. So actually, it gives you like a stimulant where like caffeine, a little more powerful than caffeine supposedly. But it's not really nothing to give you muscles, nothing like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes in a pre-workout, a lot of companies use it, and the FDA found out it actually kind of hurts you more than do anything. So they started banning it. But the way how they banned it was like overnight, and then fighters were still taking it and didn't even know. So, you know, it hurt. I was able to get my load on top of it, and California Commission was so great, they totally understand that it wasn't banned. Because I fought California before, and it wasn't banned, and then it got banned the second time. So they realized what happened, and they let it be known, and they dropped everything. But poor thing, and Dylan White, you know, even though I want to bust Dylan White in the head, I feel sorry for him because when I was doing my research on him years ago, he got banned for like 2 years because the same exact thing in California. So it's like if the water's going to be around bodies of water, man, do the right thing by the fighters too, man. We already got to watch out for promoters and managers. Now we got to watch out for y'all too.
So what do you think of John Jones and just the way that testing was handled with metabolites?
Man, you got to think of it like this. When Donald Trump has a situation, he go around the problem. He don't attack the problem. So UFC put a lot of money behind John Jones in that event. So they didn't attack the problem, they went around it. You know, businessmen, they always find loopholes. No matter how many laws you set in places, you have people with money and a great lawyer, they'll find loopholes.
Jarrell, can you respond to when Tyson Fury said that in sparring he dropped you like 7 times?
Man, Tyson Fury's a jackass. Listen, it's so remember this. Not everything the media says we believe. You know what I mean? I don't.
We are the media, though.
Yeah. So don't say everything. You gotta say some shit that people believe you, but don't believe it. I know Tyson for mad long. You know, I remember he was talking about Vladimir Klitschko fight years ago, and Vladimir offered him a fight for $300,000 for the championship. And I was like, nah, don't take it. So me and Tyson always talk shit. Like I said before, we wish other luck. And if we fight each other, I'm gonna bust his lethargic looking, lurch looking behind. But very few heavyweights really have animosity with each other. You know, all of us all in the same pot trying to get bread, feed our family, do something positive. And some of us don't like each other. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna take my hat off Tyson. You know, he came out the crack house to the White House.
All right, we'll have more time after to talk to Jarrell, but we need to get things moving.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Jarrell. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.